Okay, now someone's turned the light out. Where are we with Bitcoin and what's like?
Mate, I can't see you. Can you? Are you there?
That is karma. That is karma, isn't
That
it?
is karma.
If you're just
Can
tuning
anyone
in,
see Gavin, guys?
if you're just tuning in,
Guys, if anybody can see Gavin, please let me know. There he is. He's put his tan on.
I'm glad that I'm not the feature of this part of the show. So, Mr. Demi, please tell us, what is the likely movement of Bitcoin over the next 7 days? Are we going to stay in the range? Are we going to break it down? Are we going to break it high? What are you predicting from your crypto mystic ball?
Well, I'll tell you what. Let me. Can you see my screen, by the way? Yeah. Let me just bring in the charts that I look at daily, and then I'm going to bring in some plain charts as well. So because this looks super messy, and you can see here. Look at it's still stuck in this range, but you know, I believe that we're not going to go any lower right now. As in, we're not going to break these lows right now. I think we're more likely to find a push up. However, having said that, I've said this a few times now, this line is the line that is holding this market down right now before a significant pullback. So if you want to be a little bit more safe, you'd be looking for a break of this line here. You can see this is the line that's basically holding this down. So we had resistance here. We've had resistance here recently as well. Obviously, we've had this bearish daily close. Volume has kind of died off here. So there's not a lot of volume on either side. It looks a little bit quiet at the moment. But I'm expecting, as of now, I'm expecting some kind of bounce and for us to break this and to at least push up to this next line, and then we'll kind of see how we react down here. And this is what I've been saying. I think now this could also do that, but I just don't think we're going to break these lows right now. I think we're going to go up. I'm just going to do something that I don't always do for myself, but I think it's worth doing. Is to look at the bigger time frames, like the monthly charts. And I know I've got all these alerts here, so that's why they're showing there. But this is what the monthly chart looks like right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just add in some moving averages from here. In fact, hold on. I've got a template here that will make it easier. Ah, no, I thought it was... one sec. This one, sorry. Why is it not showing up? That's strange. Okay. For some reason, it's maybe it's because it's okay. Let's.
Need to upgrade your package, mate. Go for the pro version of TradingView.
Let's do. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to add in the 50 for now. We'll make this red. Why is it not showing up? What's going on? Super weird, right? Hold on, I've got an idea. I think it's because there's not enough data. There we go. It's just there's not enough data.
Mm-hmm.
So that's quite interesting. So the 50 EMA brings you all the way down here, if it was going to go down there. And I'm going to just add in the EMA. I'm going to add in the 20 as well. 21. 21. So let's have a little look here. Okay, so the 21 comes in there. Now, what we've basically got here is an evening star on the monthly chart. Okay, so an evening star on the monthly chart, which is basically bearish, guys, right? So that's a bearish sign. But you can also see that we've just created this rejection bar here on the monthly, which would normally result in a push up. Now, typically, a candlestick formation, such as an evening star, will be tested 50% of the time, even if it fulfills, a down move. So I always like to see where the potential pullback could be. And so the way you do that is you take the fib, and normally, like, the market likes to go back to the 618 or the 50%, tend to be good targets. So if we do that and we take that into account right now, the 618 comes in there, which is, wow, excellent. That's at 50,000, which is really interesting.
Yep.
And then we've got 46.5. And I'm also going to just put in the 786, as sometimes that's the other pullback as well. The most popular pullback in all my testing in these is this one, the 618. The 618 is where it typically will pull back to. So what I believe right now is I think we're going to get a rally. I think we're going to get a rally, possibly, it looks like we're going to hopefully get a rally this month or the next couple of months. We could also end up with another rejection bar there like that. But I think at some point in the next couple of months, we're going to get a push up. And I think that is a really nice area to kind of look for, back at the 618. So that doesn't mean we are back in the uptrend at this stage. We will still have a lot to prove at this level here, because that could just go up there, and then the market could, it could even just consolidate and then take off again like that, right? These are monthly charts, so this could be a long time. Right now, I think there's enough potential for this market to push up from here, and then we'll kind of see. So right now, I think it's a good time to be accumulating cryptos in general, because if Bitcoin goes up, the alts will also be pushed up. And then look for, don't kind of get carried away that we're going to break the high and we're going to go to 100,000 right now because it hit 50,000 or whatever, or it hit 45,000. I would just be a little bit more wary than we were when we were here, okay? Because when we were here, there was kind of no sign of a pullback. And then we got that on the monthly, and then we got that on the monthly, and now we've got a little bit of sign of bullishness coming back into the market. Does that make sense, everyone? Let me know if that kind of makes sense. And I'm gonna just type in a yes if it makes sense. And I'm gonna just quickly go and have a little look again on a plain chart on the weekly chart here to see again what we've got. So again, it's kind of like, I know some people will look at that and say, oh, is that a head and shoulders? Yeah, I mean, you could look at that as a potential head and shoulders. Maybe it'll be a bit clearer on the daily, but often head and shoulders, they look like them and then they don't turn out to be them. So once you kind of take out this high here, then it no longer is. So once 41,500 is taken out, then it isn't. But the other thing that you should be looking for as targets, if it does rally, is the most recent lows. So if you have a look here, we had a low point created here, and we had a low point created here. You should mark these down like that. And again, these become potential target areas. So between 45 and 48.8, I think is a nice area to be taking profits on any buys that you've done on Bitcoin. and we'll see kind of like, and it could actually do this, guys. It could just, once it kind of goes, it could even spike into 50,000 and then, you know, and then find some resistance. And then it will have a decision to make. And so, and at that point, we don't know. But the overall sign is up. Overall, I think there's short-term up right now, but I'm not convinced yet that we are ready to break the highs. In fact, I don't think we are just yet. We have got this support line. I mean, it could at some point come back, you know, to find this support line. It's possible, which means that we're going to have kind of like a long period of us not going anywhere on Bitcoin. But that doesn't mean, by the way, that the altcoins won't be moving. It is altcoin season right now, and the altcoins tend to perform better than Bitcoin. So that's a possibility as well. But right now, specifically on Bitcoin, I think there's an opportunity to find some buying, accumulate, and take it up to these levels. And then I would be looking to kind of take some profits at these areas. And if I go back, yeah, like I said before, to my Bitcoin chart over here, even though it looks messy, you know, I do believe that we're going to have some kind of push and we'll break through here. But at the moment, that's not being realized. This is just based on what I can see right now. I think it kind of feels like it needs some big low test bar or some news to come out to break through here, and then we'll rally to here, and then again, you know, there's your kind of 50,000 mark up here. So that is somewhere you can see that is, look at that level is really nice. So that's kind of what I'd expect, guys. I think this is an area that you should mark down if you are long Bitcoin, or if you're buying Bitcoin. I would be looking to take some profit around here, around this sort of area. Okay, so I'm just gonna, let me know if that's okay, and I'll move on to Ethereum. Anybody got any questions?
No, people are saying yes. That's all understood. So yeah, let's crack on with with breakdown number 2 this week.
Okay, just I don't know if we've got the time, but I can come back to this. You know, when you're accumulating, but let's go into Ethereum first and see how we go. Nice to see some green. Okay. Again, I'm going to do this on just to add something different on the higher time frames. I don't know if we can get a little bit more data. That would be quite useful. It's needed on a monthly chart. So again, we could do something similar here. This here is a bearish candle formation. Okay, this is a bearish candle formation, which basically means typically the market goes lower, but 50% of the time it gets tested. And again, we should know where the 618 is of this whole move, because that could be an area where we might want to consider taking some profit, where we might get carried away that this market definitely is breaking the highs and then we get caught out again. So just have that in your minds. That level comes in at 3361. Okay, so I would be looking to buy again. I mean, I have been accumulating, but I'm going to definitely be a bit more cautious. It won't be a kind of like, especially if you're buying on margin, just hold it, because you know it's going to go to 10,000. If we get really nice bullish price action, then we can always buy back in again. So you could maybe buy it. Again, you've got a nice low test monthly chart there. Buy it. Look to take some profit, scale out, maybe leave a little bit on, and if it starts to break up, then look to add back in again. And if it pulls back down and you can get a nice pullback area, you can always buy back in again. So let's have a little look at the weekly chart as well and see what that looks like. Okay. Yeah, so there is like, so you can really see that evening star again, really, really clearly on this one. And you've got the cross. And again, it's very similar to Bitcoin in the sense that at some point we may get a pullback to this kind of long term. So where's that? Let's find that 618 again from here to here. And we'll see if it kind of makes sense. So we could get something like, you know, a push up to here. And something along those lines before resuming the uptrend. So I think where the safest place is, again, look to take as much as you can, obviously with risk management, make as much money on the obvious, and then exit, save your money, let the market do its thing. If it's showing you that it's got strength, no worries. We've got the skills to go onto the lower time frames and start to buy back up here. Because once you're in that uptrend, you're golden, right? What we just want to be careful of, you don't want to get carried away. Wow, you buy, wow, it's going to go to the moon. We buy here, bang, down. And you're like, oh my word, I've just bought the high. And now you're going through that. So so now it's not as easy as it was here. But you certainly, with a bit of knowledge, a little bit more work, you can make a lot of money. And you can make, the great thing is, let's look at the positives, guys. If this happens, right, imagine you buy it and you take profit there and you're happy, great. You've just grown your account up. You exit, you're back in dollars. And then this happens. Well, you should be extremely happy because it's on sale again. And like, oh, wow, fantastic. Now I've got more money. I can buy it again, but I can buy more this time. So either way, we'll be happy. The only time you'll be unhappy is if you literally buy the top and then it comes down.
So nobody here should be buying that at that point.
No, not with the current information that we have. Let's go into the daily chart. And yeah, at the moment, we don't really have anything telling us. So let me just do a couple of little things here. What have we got time, mate?
Yeah, we've got time.
Okay. Let's do
about 5 or 6 minutes.
Okay. All right. Just gonna see what the market is showing us here. So what level was that? I'll just remind myself.
For the resistance, it was at
3344. Yeah, 3344. Okay. So 3344. All right, it's roughly there. Yeah. So you could definitely be looking at. So we might find some resistance here if we break through this, right? So maybe you don't want to buy here, right? You're thinking, okay, maybe it's going to go down, maybe it's going to go back down here. You don't want to buy it right now. You could wait for the breakout. So let this line break and then go to the lower time frames and look to buy either on a pullback back here or just on a C to D upwards on the 4-hour chart. And it could easily do something like that and get a pullback. And then we basically would need, for us to get really bullish again, that would be ideal. And then we buy again here. And there'll probably be some kind of market angle there. Or this market breaks up here and then we could look for the pullback to buy. So if you're quite close to this resistance, you might want to wait for it to break. If you haven't been, I've been buying it. I've been accumulating basically little bits as it's gone down here. So I've not got a huge position, but I've got a decent position. And if we do break up, I may add on a pullback here. So, and then I'd be kind of thinking, right, that will be a good take profit. If you've been buying from 2000, great. Even if you buy from here, you'll make some good money from that. There's a decent move there. There's a 40% move there from here to here. And then you can look to take profit and then see what the market's going to show us. So, and since you asked me the question,
you remembered.
I am going to do something here that maybe people don't know how to do. Actually, you could probably do it together. We'll price them together. Ethereum versus Bitcoin. So this is the Ethereum versus Bitcoin chart. Maybe people don't necessarily look at that. And if you look at this, you have to say that
can you, I haven't never looked at this before. Can you give us the elevator pitch of what's actually going on? What is this chart exhibiting? Just for those of us that don't know.
Yeah. So this is basically the chart of Ethereum versus, instead of Ethereum versus the US dollar, it's Ethereum versus Bitcoin. So it will tell us basically, both Bitcoin and Ethereum could go up against the dollar. So if you have like ETH, USD, BTC, USD, if this one goes up by 1% and you're holding Bitcoin, you're like, great, I've made money, I've made 1%. If Ethereum goes up 3%, well, you're saying, great, I've made money, I'm happy. But what you don't realize is that there was an opportunity cost. You actually left 2% on the table, because if you'd put your money into this one instead of this one, you would have made an extra 2%. So what you can do is, like, if you've got £1,000 or $1,000 and you want to invest it, and you're thinking, okay, which one do I want to put it in? Well, you can look at, is it Ethereum or is it Bitcoin? You can look at Ethereum against Bitcoin, and you can decide, actually, is Ethereum likely to go up higher than Bitcoin over the coming months? And then you make your decision based on that. So this right now looks like an uptrend. You've got a kind of flag. So if this flag breaks, then it looks like it's going to go up. I would probably be looking for a better entry though. So either so Ethereum will probably find some resistance here. If Ethereum breaks against Bitcoin, breaks this, then you can basically move your money from Bitcoin to Ethereum. It's probably going to make you more. And you can do that with any crypto, by the way. So if you're deciding, look, I've got money in Bitcoin, should I put it somewhere else? Will it grow more? You can just do a comparison like that. But what we could do is, maybe look for a buy somewhere here or here would be better. So you're buying on support. If not, so right now, overall, if you're telling me which one is a better investment, I would say Ethereum. If I had to invest right now, I would invest in Ethereum. I believe that will grow. Overall, it will grow more than Bitcoin for the rest of the year. So if it was like, holding it until the rest of the year, whether it happens kind of now or whether it happens a little bit later, I think Ethereum and also being altcoin season will be a better investment than Bitcoin, in my opinion, right now. But you can diversify and do both.
No, that was not the challenge for today.
No, I'm saying Ethereum then. I'm saying Ethereum.